Oh nice, they added new melding options. I hope I get something better than my base game talisman. I've been saying since Rise was first released that if I'm going to advertise a build, it shouldn't require an above average talisman for you to be able to replicate it and try it for yourself. This is too often the downfall of creating viable sets in this game, and if my channel name is any indication, I'm notorious for having the worst luck imaginable. So, if you're anything like me, you've also spent 150 plus hours grinding and all you got was this lousy t-shirt. Today, I'll be detailing my favorite post MR50 Comfort IG set using a few key new scroll swap oriented skills, without the need for any God Talisman rolls, along with 2 variations to allow for higher damage over survivability and modified playstyles using different kinsects and glaive designs. This video will include spoilers for content beyond the final story boss, as well as a secret glaive design that can be unlocked via follower quests, so if you're sensitive to either of these, please avert your eyes. For the most comfortable version of this build, I'm opting to use the Royal Order's Glaive Plus. This IG, which can be unlocked by completing the follower quest A Muddy Revival, sports not only a healthy amount of natural purple sharpness, but also has the highest defense bonus of any glaive currently in the game. In addition to Camellios Blessing, Defense Boost 7, and all 3 extracts, this build reaches an insane 1002 base defense without any food buffs or items. This allows for incredibly aggressive gameplay, even in afflicted monster hunts. For this version, I use Fleet Flammer as the kinsect for easy stuns and better control over the tempo of the hunt. If you're curious as to how you can utilize this kinsect more effectively, consider checking out my recent tutorial video. And while you're there, please consider subscribing. I've gotten an extraordinary amount of support over the past few days alone, and I couldn't be more thankful that people are enjoying the content and learning along the way. Back to the build, aside from the typical critical boosting skills, the design and playstyle for the set revolves around a new skill provided by the Furious Rajang armor, Furious, as well as maximum might for an incredibly fun amount of synergy. Furious will build rage over time while in sight of a monster and using the red scroll, without the need to actively engage. This is indicated by a cloud forming around the player's upper body. Once this cloud turns yellow, swapping to blue scroll will temporarily grant infinite stamina. This is what allows us to activate maximum might even when airborne for a 20% increase in affinity, allowing for 100% affinity when targeting weak points. Furious also grants extra defense when using red scroll, further improving upon the survivability of the build. Other key skills include Quick Breath, allowing you to cure status effects on scroll swapping along with a slight heal, Chain Crit 1 for a significant stat boost after 5 consecutive hits, Hunger Resistance to counteract any loss in max stamina over the course of the hunt, and Evade Extender 3, because I keep that MF thing on me. For my talisman, I'm still using the same as I was in the base game. While Part Breaker and Evade Window are both great skills to have for Insect Glaive, neither of these are integral to either the damage output or survivability of the build. The only real requirement here is a talisman with at least 2 level 2 slots. As for the scroll loadouts on this version, I typically prefer to engage with the red scroll and punish with blue. On red, I have Advancing Round Slash for potential roar counters, Tornado Slash for higher maneuverability, Jumping Advancing Slash to make use of Fleet Flammer manually without automatically recalling it, and Awaken Kinsect Attack for more potential stuns. I prefer Silkbind Vault almost universally, but it's entirely personal preference. If you find yourself anchoring Fleet Flammer in place instead of recalling, Kinsect Glide can be incredibly useful, but with any Kinsect that moves automatically, it can easily launch you directly into attacks by accident. For the blue scroll, I swap to Leaping Slash, Kinsect Slash, and Diving Wyvern for a stun-based playstyle that fully utilizes Fleet Flammer's blunt damage and allows for aerial combat without the typical massive stamina cost of Kinsect Slash. Now, if you prefer using other Kinsect types or focusing on damage over survivability, here are 2 variations to the build for other IG designs. Bear in mind that while these versions will deal more damage, they are not fully optimized as they use the same armor set as well as equally average talismans. If you have a better charm than either of these examples, you can easily maximize the damage output and better utilize the available decoration slots. The second version features the Furious Rajang Glaive, Demon Lord Cudgel. I chose to swap the defense decorations for additional Evade Window, Hunger Resistance, and Critical Eye, but these can easily be replaced by decorations such as Refresh, KO, or Stun Resistance to fit your preference. Because the base elemental damage for this weapon is so low, I opt to use the Assist Kinsect Gleam Beetle for potential stuns on a majority of melee attacks. For the scrolls, I prefer to use Tetraseal and Kinsect Slash universally to maximize the amount of damage dealt by the Kinsect, allowing it to leave boosted extract clouds more frequently. Awakened Kinsect attack on the red scroll also allows for grounded combos that can launch you through the boosted cloud and maintain full extracts without needing to collect them continuously. For the third and final version of this build, I swapped to the Gormagala glaive, Lumensbruck, as well as a talisman that allows for maximum attack boost. This version substitutes the defensive and Thunderblight Rampage decorations for a level of handicraft to maintain purple sharpness and Teostra's Blessing to boost powder vortex blasts. The Kinsect I chose for this set, Bilbo Bricks, allows for massive remote damage and a less involved Kinsect playstyle. Tetraseal is again a universal choice for this Kinsect because of the initial marking hit that automatically releases it for powder clouds. Otherwise, I prefer to use Jumping Advancing Slash on Red Scroll to allow the bug to continue attacking when performing aerial combos, as well as Awakened Kinsect Slash to optimize the powder vortex blast. Blue Scroll stays the same to allow for fast aerial combos once you have infinite stamina. As for my recommendation for Dangos, my preferred meal tends to be Shifter, Booster, and Fighter, for additional heals on scroll swapping and slight stamina retention, but Fighter can easily be replaced with any targeted elemental resistance. Thanks again for all the support. Let me know what else you'd like to see me cover and how I can improve future videos. My setup isn't the best and I don't have a gaming PC, but if people are enjoying the content, I want to make it as appealing as possible for everyone watching. I hope you enjoy trying these builds, and happy hunting.